We are joined by Christopher Allen Caplan, who is a conscious media catalyst, and he's going to discuss with us the future of conscious media. Now, Chris, I got to tell you, just the name sounds good, conscious media, because I'm in media as you are, and so much of what media does today, I think, is very directive and not necessarily always in our best interest. It's more about selling whatever it is they're selling. But beyond that, what do you mean when you say conscious media? What does that really mean?
Well, first off, thanks for having me on the show, Ryan.
Very welcome.
Well, there are many ways we could define conscious media, but at its core, it's simply something that inspires an awakening in the person who experiences the media, or a form of media that expands the person's perception of the choices that they have in engaging with the world they live in.
Now, when I hear media, I tend to think news, current events. Is that what you're saying, or is it something completely unrelated to that?
Well, it's very much related to that, but as media expands in a lot of ways democratizes with the rise of the internet, it means many forms of media. Multimedia, including, YouTube videos, blogs, traditional media getting on TV and radio. It's expanding into many different sectors and ways to basically reach people.
So where does the conscious part of this come in? Give me an example. What would be an example of conscious media?
Well, there are some power players in the current conscious media landscape, but basically what it is it's the apex from this long march of what were once New Age fringe concepts, meeting with the mainstream. And some of the more notable people in this arena are like Michael Beckwith, Marianne Williamson, Deepak Chopra, and even Oprah.
Okay, so it's less than, I'm gathering, about specific media, but more about the messaging, who it's coming from, and how it's being distributed.
Well, that's the cultural component of it, because what media does is it expresses culture, and it distributes information via media channels. And so conscious media is the media expression of conscious culture.
Okay, so now that makes sense. So now we're bringing this growing culture of somewhat new age consciousness through the various means of media and more of the non-traditional ones to the masses. So more people can be touched by this kind of new way of thinking, new way of viewing life.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think a lot of people feel disinherited by mainstream media. I gave a talk recently, and I wasn't really reaching anybody, and I was speaking very much from the head and throwing out all these intellectual concepts. But then I stopped for a second, and I said, quick show of hands, who here trusts the mainstream media? Nobody raised their hand, and everybody started laughing.
Can you ask that about the government too, please?
I'm sure we'd get a very similar response.
Okay, so if we don't trust mainstream media, I want to spend a little more time talking about what media we are learning to trust. But I just remembered we had on the show a few months ago someone that I know you work with, Preston Smiles, who started the Love Mob. And I think this is an expression of the conscious culture. And don't they have another event coming up?
They do, and I'm glad that you mentioned that. The Love Mob, in short, the Love Mob is organized acts of love. And I think that what the Love Mob is the millennials sort of adapting conscious culture in a new and unique way. There is an event coming up on December 14th, which is an anniversary of an event that we did last year, which was a flash mob on Hollywood and Highland, where hundreds of people got together and started singing All You Need Is Love, and basically brought this message of positivity spontaneously to a public space. It actually coincided with the Sandy Hook shooting, which sort of made it strike a vein with the mainstream, because it got picked up by some news stations and LA Weekly and Los Angeles Magazine. And this year we're coming back strong with an anniversary, and we want to bring Marianne Williamson and Michael Beckwith on board this time. And we haven't disclosed the location that we'll be doing the mob at, but we will be disrupting a major ecosystem of commerce with love.
Now, can you say a general region, like Southern California?
It's going to be in Los Angeles, and we're going to meet silently at Pan Pacific Park at 2 p.m.
Okay, and you can't tell anyone, it's still a secret. That's great. And actually, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to actually see the promo video that you've produced for this December 14th event. And I'm assuming that you're inviting everybody to come out to it.
This is true.
All right. Then don't go away. We're going to come back in a moment and watch the Love Mob video and learn more about a growing culture of consciousness. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
is actually the next stage of our human evolution.
To stand for love, to stand for joy, to stand for peace, and to be a beacon of light for everyone all the world over to proclaim that each and every one of us are one.
When this many people gather together in the name of love, the rest of the planet feels it.
There is no white or black. There is no gay or straight. There is no Republican or Democrat. There is no Jewish or Christian or Muslim or anything else. It's just us.
This is one planet, a living, breathing organism that is interconnected in every way. Not some ways, every way.
Just dance and be in love.
We're celebrating your life.
I am the Love Mob.
We are the Love Mob. The Love Mob.
Love Mob.
Love Mob.
The Love Mob.
We are the Love Mob.
We are the Love Mob. The Love Mob.
The Love Mob.
The Love Mob.
The Love Mob.
We are Love Mob.
We are the Love Mob.
The Love Mob.
The Love Mob. We are the Love Mob.
We are the Love Mob.
We are the Love Mob. We are the Love Mob. I am the Love Mob.
Love. Because that's our truth. And then all of a sudden, we're all together.
Love is all you need.
Love is
all you need to break down.
Love is all.
We are back and coming to you from the beautiful KGEM studios in Old Town Monrovia. And we are joined by Christopher Allen Caplan, who is a conscious media catalyst. And Chris, we just came out of watching the promo video for your December 14th Love Mob. And this is something that you're inviting everybody to. If they want more information on the Love Mob, how can they get that?
They can visit thelovemob.org, and we're most active on our Facebook page, which is The Love Mob.
Just The Love Mob, and it'll pop up on Facebook. Okay. Now, in the last section, we ended with a question about what media do you trust? And to me as a media guy, I find that fascinating because I am trusting most mainstream media less and less and less. I mean, they have their own agendas, they drive those agendas, and what I've found is they never actually let the truth get in the way of a good story. So how do people determine, that was good, huh? Yes. How do people determine what media they trust, and where are they going for more trustworthy information?
Well, there are pros and cons to this, and I'm not saying that conscious media is necessarily the solution to this problem, but I think that people, like your opinion of distrust for the media is now a mainstream opinion. Most people at least take mainstream media with a grain of salt. And I think that people's perspective is going to shift to understand that all media is agenda driven, especially if they claim to be unbiased.
But in the old days, in the days of our parents and grandparents, newspapers, which really were the main media back then, really tried to be unbiased and just the news. And even back then, the TV news tried to be very centrist in the information they gave. But that's all kind of gone out the door, hasn't it?
It has. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of these mainstream media outlets are more concerned with ratings and sort of maintaining eyeballs than they are with actually producing factual-based information. So I think a lot of people are turning to more of curated type people, like blogs. I mean, conscious media examples are those are all segmented, and they're talking about something specific, like environmentalism. Again, it's all coming back to agenda-driven news, but at least we're all more clear that it's agenda-driven.
Right, and no more, we're telling you just the facts, but then we're slanting it. So if someone wants to learn more about what we've talked about, you have a website.
I do. It's called MediaConscious.co, that's C-O. It's going to launch in December, and on the website I have a blog called The Visionary Download where I'll explore the future of conscious media.
All right, so one more time, the name of that website?
MediaConscious.co, C-O.
MediaConscious.co. Chris, thank you so much for joining us, and I wish you the very best in bringing this important new consciousness to the mainstream.
Oh, thank you so much.
Don't go away. We will be right back.